Hey you guys, Erin here. I wanted to make a quick video for you guys. I'm gonna do two, one this morning and probably one later tonight. Um, but we came across a discussion this week in our team call about inviting with confidence and things like that. And one of the things that came up from one of my coaches, who I thank her very much for sharing, was when she feels like when she starts conversations that they either fizzle out or her clients or potential prospects end up telling her an objection like for price or saying that they're going to go with something cheaper or whatnot. And we talked about the fact that you need to it's really important to do a little bit of key personal development here. And that is to kind of learn, since we are in a people business and getting to know people, is to learn how to interact with your different customers and your different coaches. And, basically it helps you with everybody in your life, your spouse, your kids, whatever. But learning different personality types, because you can speak to people differently to help them realize their why and also help them understand that what you're offering, if you are inviting them and things like that, it's going to really work for them. And sometimes if you try to, for example, give them too much information in the beginning or not enough, and they're a personality type that needs either not as much information or a lot, you're gonna find that you might lose them. So one of the things that you can do is to, one, learn your personality type. What is something that speaks to you? So for example, there's a couple different tests out there, and I know some of you guys have done them all, but there's the color test, to see what kind of personality type you are: red, white, yellow, blue. There's Danny Johnson's Gems. There's the book Personality Plus by Florence Littenauer, which also talks about the different personality types and understanding yourself and then understanding how to communicate with other people. So let me give you guys an example. I am, for Danny Johnson in Gems, I am a sapphire and a pearl. So I'm a sapphire because I like to do things that are fun. And so if it's something seems intriguing and really fun to me, I usually will go for it. I may not be like the total life of the party, but if you get me going, I love to be a social butterfly at parties, even though it's kind of funny. I'm kind of an introvert. So, but you can get me out of my shell. So I'm a sapphire in that respect, but I'm also a pearl. So I care about what other people think of me. So sometimes I second guess myself. Sometimes I make sure that I'm doing something to please other people, which is something I'm trying to get over to a little bit, because I know that I can't please everybody and that sometimes I need to put myself first. But so, for example, if you were trying to invite me to a challenge and you gave me too much information all at once, you would turn me off. If you made the conversation as how much fun the group would be, how much, how awesome of, shape I would get, some of the cool little highlights, that's all you would need. I'll go for it. But other people are not like that. If you're an emerald, you are somebody who is kind of really unsure and you ask a lot of questions and you need a lot of questions. You need it all laid out for you to make a decision. So maybe that's you. That's not me. So sometimes we give too much information too soon for the wrong personality type. So if you're giving that to a sapphire, you might have lost them from the very beginning if you start going into too much detail. So just be careful to when you're talking to your customers, and even when you're talking to your coaches, if you want to get them fired up, know their personality type. You know, if they're a Ruby, then they love to strive for goals and they're really goal driven. And you can give them something to reach for and they're going to go for it. You know, our leader, Rachel, she's a Ruby. My newest coach is one of my newer coaches is a Ruby. And so I know that she's really goal driven. But some of my other coaches are not. And so I have to know how to talk to them. And same with your customers. You know, if you take the time to form them and really listen to them and really analyze their answers on what they're saying back to you, then you can kind of gear what you're going to say next to them to make it really relevant for them, make it something that they're going to reflect on, okay? Because if someone is communicated in the right way, then you're going to make it more meaningful to them, right? Just like if you talk to kids, you know, there's a certain way you can ask them to do something and they'll do it if they're invested in it or it's their own. But if you kind of just blatantly say something to them, you know, sometimes it's not as meaningful, okay? So, you know, and it's the same way with all of us. So just wanted to give you guys that little tip to, you know, really think about who you're talking to when you talk to your coaches and your customers and anyone, you know. Try it with your spouse. Try it with your kids. If you can figure out what personality type they are, it'll make a world of difference. So, all right, you guys, that's it for this morning. Later I'll talk to you guys. I wanted to talk about personal development, but I'll save that one. Okay, bye.